Blood sugar does not rise slowly the way most people think. It can spike fast, silently, and without warning, even after meals that look harmless. One moment everything feels normal, and the next energy drops, focus fades, and the body is pushed into stress mode. Science now shows that these spikes are not just a long-term problem for people with diabetes. They affect weight gain, heart health, brain function, and even how fast the body ages. What makes this more serious is that most advice given today works slowly or only helps a little. But hidden inside real scientific research are a few methods that work far faster than anything else most people try. In this video, you are going to learn 5 proven ways to lower blood sugar faster than almost any common approach, backed by real science, not trends or guesses. These are not complicated routines. They do not require expensive supplements or extreme diets. Some of them work within minutes, and a few are so overlooked that many doctors rarely talk about them, even though the data is clear. One of these methods can start reducing blood sugar the very same day it is used, and another works by activating muscles in a way that forces sugar out of the blood and into cells where it belongs. There is also a simple habit that quietly worsens blood sugar every day without people noticing, and later in this video, you will learn how to reverse that damage quickly. Each method builds on the last, and by the end, you will understand not only what to do, but why it works at a deep level inside the body. This matters because high blood sugar is not just about numbers on a test. It is about how tired you feel after meals, how easily fat is stored, how much inflammation builds up in the body, and how hard the heart and pancreas have to work every single day. Lowering blood sugar faster gives the body immediate relief. It reduces stress hormones, improves insulin response, and creates a healthier internal environment almost right away. Many people spend years focusing only on long-term control while ignoring these fast-acting strategies that science already supports. Staying until the end of this video is important because the final method ties everything together and explains how to use these strategies safely and effectively, without causing crashes or rebound spikes that make things worse. Missing that part could mean using the right tool in the wrong way. This channel is all about clear, science-backed health knowledge that actually helps in real life, without confusion or hype. If you want simple explanations, practical ideas, and facts that are often ignored, you are in the right place. Welcome to the channel, and if you want more videos like this that help you take control of your health with real science, make sure to subscribe now and stay with us. High blood sugar is not a mysterious condition that only appears in lab reports or medical charts. It simply means there is too much glucose floating in the bloodstream and not enough of it moving into the cells where it is meant to be used for energy. Glucose is fuel, but fuel left in the wrong place becomes a problem. When sugar stays in the blood, it makes the blood thicker and harder to manage. The pancreas has to work harder. Insulin signals become weaker. Over time, nerves, blood vessels, eyes, kidneys, and the heart begin to suffer. Even before serious disease develops, high blood sugar often shows up as everyday symptoms that many people ignore. Fatigue after meals, brain fog, strong cravings, sudden hunger, mood changes, poor sleep. These are not random. They are signs that sugar is not being handled properly inside the body. Lowering blood sugar quickly matters because it reduces this internal stress right away. When sugar levels drop closer to normal, the body relaxes. Insulin works better. Inflammation decreases. Energy becomes more stable. The faster this correction happens, the less damage is done during each spike. Science shows that frequent spikes, even if they come down later, can be more harmful than slightly elevated levels that stay stable. That is why speed matters. Reducing blood sugar quickly after it rises can help protect blood vessels, reduce oxidative stress, and prevent the chain reaction that leads to long-term complications. This is not about panic or extreme action. It is about using the body's natural systems in the right way, at the right time to bring balance back sooner instead of later. The methods you are learning here are supported by real research, not opinions. They work because they align with how human metabolism actually functions, not how people wish it worked. One of the fastest and most reliable ways to lower blood sugar is movement, especially simple, brisk movement, like walking. This works because muscles are one of the largest sugar sinks in the body. When muscles are resting, they rely more on fat for fuel. But when muscles start moving, especially in a rhythmic and steady way, they immediately begin pulling glucose out of the blood. This process does not require extra insulin. The muscle cells open their own doors to glucose as soon as they contract. This is one of the most powerful and underrated mechanisms in human biology. It means that movement can lower blood sugar even when insulin resistance is present, even when the pancreas is struggling, even when blood sugar is already high. As soon as muscles start working, they demand fuel, and glucose is the fastest fuel available. The bloodstream becomes the supply line. Sugar leaves the blood and enters the muscle cells where it can be burned for energy or stored safely as glycogen. This is why movement works so quickly. It does not wait for hormones to adjust over hours. It acts immediately. Studies consistently show that walking after meals can significantly reduce the size and duration of blood sugar spikes. The timing matters. Moving soon after eating prevents glucose from lingering in the blood for too long. It shortens the spike and reduces the total exposure of tissues to high sugar levels. This is especially important after meals that contain carbohydrates, even healthy ones. The body does not distinguish between sugar from candy and sugar from rice or bread in the bloodstream. Glucose is glucose. Walking helps clear it. The type of movement does not need to be intense. In fact, gentle to moderate movement is often better than extreme exercise for blood sugar control. A brisk walk, where breathing is slightly faster but still comfortable, is enough to activate glucose uptake in muscles. 15 to 30 minutes is ideal, but even 10 minutes can make a measurable difference. The key is consistency and timing. Walking after meals sends a clear signal to the body that fuel is needed now. This reduces the burden on insulin and helps prevent the sharp rise and fall that leads to cravings later. Movement also improves blood flow, which helps insulin and glucose reach muscle cells more efficiently. Over time, regular walking increases insulin sensitivity, meaning the body becomes better at managing sugar even when at rest. This creates a positive cycle. Blood sugar improves. Energy improves. Movement feels easier. Many people underestimate how powerful this simple habit can be because it looks too easy to matter. But biology does not care about how impressive an action looks. It responds to signals. Muscle contraction is one of the strongest signals the body understands. There is also an important psychological benefit to movement that supports blood sugar control. Physical activity reduces stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones raise blood sugar by telling the liver to release stored glucose into the bloodstream. When stress stays high, blood sugar stays high even without food. Walking helps calm the nervous system. It shifts the body out of fight or flight mode and into a more balanced state. This reduces unnecessary glucose release and supports faster stabilization. In this way, walking works on multiple levels at the same time. It removes sugar from the blood, improves insulin action, increases circulation, and lowers stress signals that push sugar up. Few interventions work this broadly and this quickly. Another fast, an often overlooked way to support lower blood sugar is something far more basic but no less important, which is drinking water. Blood is mostly water. When the body is dehydrated, blood becomes more concentrated. This means the same amount of sugar is dissolved in less fluid, leading to higher measured blood sugar levels. Dehydration also signals the body to conserve resources. The kidneys become less efficient at filtering excess glucose out of the blood. Drinking water reverses this process. It increases blood volume, dilutes glucose concentration, and supports kidney function so excess sugar can be removed through urine. This is not a slow process. Hydration begins affecting blood composition soon after water is consumed. When the kidneys sense adequate fluid levels, they are more willing to excrete glucose instead of holding onto it. This helps lower blood sugar levels more efficiently, especially when levels are elevated. Water also supports insulin function indirectly. Cells need proper hydration to respond well to insulin signals. When cells are dehydrated, their membranes become less flexible, making it harder for glucose transporters to work efficiently. Adequate water intake improves cellular communication and nutrient transport. This means insulin can do its job with less resistance. Drinking water also helps reduce false hunger signals that often lead to overeating and additional blood sugar spikes. Many people mistake thirst for hunger and eat when the body actually needs fluid. This creates a cycle of rising blood sugar that could have been avoided with hydration. Drinking water breaks that cycle. The timing of water intake matters. Drinking 1 or 2 glasses of water soon after noticing elevated blood sugar or after a meal can help blunt the spike. This does not mean flooding the body with excessive amounts of water all at once. Steady hydration is the goal. Starting with a couple of glasses helps initiate the process. Continuing to sip water throughout the next hour or two supports ongoing glucose clearance. This is especially helpful for people who spend long hours sitting since inactivity combined with dehydration is a perfect setup for high blood sugar. Water supports circulation, digestion, and waste removal, all of which influence glucose levels. There is also an important connection between hydration and the liver. The liver plays a central role in blood sugar regulation by storing and releasing glucose. When the body is dehydrated, the liver tends to release more glucose into the blood as part of a stress response. Proper hydration sends a signal of safety and abundance, reducing unnecessary glucose release. This helps stabilize levels from both directions by reducing input and increasing output. Water does not directly lower blood sugar the way insulin or muscle contraction does, but it creates the conditions that allow those systems to work better and faster. These strategies matter because they address the problem at its source rather than masking symptoms. High blood sugar is not just a number. It is a signal of imbalance between intake, storage, and use. Movement increases use. Water improves transport and removal. Together, they form a foundation for rapid correction that supports the body instead of fighting it. The reason these methods are so effective is because they are built into human physiology. They do not override natural systems. They activate them. This is why science continues to confirm their value across different populations, ages, and health conditions. Simple actions, when timed correctly, can create powerful changes inside the body in a very short period of time. High fiber and low carbohydrate snacks are often overlooked, but they play a powerful role in controlling blood sugar in ways that are both fast and gentle. Fiber slows the absorption of sugar from food into the bloodstream, preventing sudden spikes that can leave energy levels fluctuating and insulin struggling to keep up. When the body receives carbohydrates too quickly, blood sugar rises sharply and the pancreas must respond with a surge of insulin to move the glucose into cells. Over time, these repeated spikes can make insulin less effective, leading to resistance and chronic high blood sugar. By including high-fiber foods in your diet, this process is smoothed out. Vegetables, nuts, seeds, and even certain fruits release their sugars more slowly, giving the body time to process them efficiently. Nuts like almonds, walnuts, and pistachios provide healthy fats and protein along with fiber, which helps moderate the rise of sugar after meals. Seeds like chia, flax, and sunflower seeds are excellent because they expand in the stomach, slow digestion, and create a feeling of fullness, which also helps prevent overeating and further spikes. Vegetables, particularly non-starchy varieties such as broccoli, spinach, and kale, provide fiber and nutrients without contributing to rapid blood sugar increases. Including these foods as snacks between meals or alongside meals can stabilize glucose levels quickly without causing harsh drops or rebounds. The beauty of this approach is that it works with the body, not against it. The glucose enters the bloodstream at a pace that the body can handle naturally, reducing the need for extra insulin surges and preventing the chain reaction of stress and inflammation that comes from repeated spikes. When fiber is combined with low-carbohydrate foods, the effect is amplified. Low-carb snacks reduce the immediate influx of glucose, giving the body more control and minimizing the risk of dramatic swings. Together, high-fiber and low-carb options create a stable environment for blood sugar, keeping energy even and helping the body respond efficiently to meals throughout the day. Apple cider vinegar and cinnamon offer additional fast-acting support for blood sugar control. Apple cider vinegar, when taken before meals, improves insulin sensitivity. This means the body is better able to move glucose from the blood into cells for use as energy. It works quietly but effectively by altering the rate at which food leaves the stomach and enters the small intestine, slowing carbohydrate absorption. This gentle delay allows insulin to do its job more efficiently, preventing sudden spikes. Cinnamon, on the other hand, works at the cellular level to help glucose enter cells more effectively. It increases the activity of glucose transporters in the cell membranes, allowing sugar to move from the bloodstream into muscle and fat cells more readily. Both of these methods are simple to implement. Apple cider vinegar can be taken as a diluted drink, mixing 1 to 2 teaspoons in a glass of water before a meal. Cinnamon can be sprinkled on oatmeal, yogurt, or even stirred into coffee or tea. These small adjustments can make a meaningful difference, especially when combined with the other strategies. They are gentle on the system, easy to integrate into daily routines, and supported by numerous studies demonstrating measurable improvements in blood sugar levels. The combination of fiber, low-carb foods, vinegar, and cinnamon provides multiple layers of protection against rapid glucose spikes, creating a foundation for smoother energy, better insulin response, and long-term metabolic health. Managing stress and using controlled breathing techniques is another critical yet often neglected method for regulating blood sugar quickly. Stress triggers the release of hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline, which instruct the liver to release glucose into the blood in preparation for fight or flight responses. This is a natural survival mechanism, but when stress is constant or chronic, these hormones remain elevated, keeping blood sugar high even without recent food intake. The good news is that the body responds very quickly to interventions that reduce stress. Deep breathing, mindfulness exercises, and brief moments of focused relaxation can lower cortisol and adrenaline, signaling the liver to reduce glucose output. One simple technique is diaphragmatic breathing, where you inhale slowly through the nose, allowing the belly to expand fully, hold the breath for a moment, and then exhale slowly through the mouth. Repeating this cycle several times sends a clear message to the nervous system to relax, which in turn lowers the release of glucose and reduces the overall stress burden on the body. Another approach is box breathing, inhaling for 4 counts, holding for 4 counts, exhaling for 4 counts, and pausing for 4 counts before the next breath. Even a few minutes of focused breathing can have immediate effects on blood sugar, especially if practiced consistently after meals or during periods of high tension. When combined with movement, hydration, and diet, stress management creates a more comprehensive and responsive system for regulating blood sugar naturally. It is remarkable how quickly the body responds to these interventions when the nervous system is allowed to calm, reinforcing the idea that physiological balance is not only possible but accessible to anyone willing to incorporate these simple practices. Recapping all the strategies together reveals a coherent, science-backed plan for rapid blood sugar control. First, brisk movement or walking activates muscles to absorb glucose directly from the bloodstream, reducing spikes almost immediately. Second, drinking water supports circulation, dilutes blood sugar, and enhances kidney function, allowing excess glucose to be excreted efficiently. Third, high fiber and low carb snacks slow the absorption of sugar from meals, providing steady energy and reducing the demand for insulin. Fourth, apple cider vinegar and cinnamon improve the body's ability to manage glucose by enhancing insulin sensitivity and facilitating glucose uptake into cells. Fifth, managing stress through breathing techniques lowers the release of glucose from the liver and reduces hormonal interference with blood sugar control. Together, these five methods create a layered approach that targets the problem from multiple angles, ensuring both fast and gentle regulation. They work not because they overpower the body, but because they align with its natural processes, making each intervention more effective and sustainable. Each method reinforces the others, creating a rhythm of balance that the body recognizes and responds to. This integration of movement, hydration, nutrition, supplementation, and stress management exemplifies the kind of comprehensive, science-supported approach that not only improves blood sugar in the moment but strengthens the system for long-term health. Implementing these strategies consistently allows the body to maintain stable glucose levels, reduce fatigue, enhance mental clarity, and minimize the risk of complications that arise from repeated spikes and prolonged hyperglycemia. The science behind each method has been validated in numerous studies showing measurable reductions in blood sugar, improved insulin response, and better overall metabolic health. When applied together, these strategies are more powerful than any single intervention alone, creating a synergistic effect that enhances the body's natural ability to manage sugar efficiently. The combination of practical, easy-to-implement steps with strong physiological reasoning makes this approach accessible and effective for a wide range of individuals, providing immediate benefits while supporting long-term health outcomes. Every small step you take today can make a real difference in your blood sugar and overall health. Consistently using these simple, science-backed methods, whether it's taking a short walk, drinking water, choosing fiber-rich snacks, adding apple cider vinegar or cinnamon, or managing stress with deep breathing, can add up to noticeable improvements faster than you might expect. Remember, if you have any medical conditions or concerns, it's always best to check with your doctor before making changes to your routine. Start applying these tips and pay attention to how your body responds, then share your experience in the comments so others can learn from you too. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more practical health advice, and share this video with friends or family who want to take control of their blood sugar naturally. Your next step toward better health could begin today. Don't wait.